So at the end of the story, at the end of his account of his conversion, the crucial sentence of the whole book, I think, is when he finally arrives at Whipsnade Zoo. It's not Jerusalem now, it's just Whipsnade Zoo, this zoo about an hour's drive from Oxford. And he says, Wallaby Wood, this is a little enclosure of the zoo with wallabies, Wallaby Wood with the birds singing overhead and the bluebells underfoot and the wallabies hopping all round one was almost Eden come again. Remember how the early experience of joy with the biscuit tin had evoked in Lewis longings for the Garden of Eden. You know, the story begins and ends with references to Eden, and that's no accident. Lewis was too good a writer to bookend the whole story, accidentally with these references to Eden. It's deliberate. The implication is that Lewis has come home. He's found paradise, or at least as much of paradise as can be experienced in this life. And he's inside this circle of life, you might say. He's enveloped in this experience. He's embraced by his love of God and God's love for him. And that's what it's all about. And Lewis was a poet, and he chooses these images very carefully and economically, you might say, to put the reader in the experience, in as far as that's possible. But because it's so brief, a lot of readers just steamroller over that sentence, and they think, well, what's happened to him? Not much seems, where are the choirs of angels singing hallelujah, Where's his heart being strangely warmed, like, John Wesley when he has his conversion experience. But John Wesley's strangely warmed heart was only a pointer, again, to something going on inside John Wesley. It's not the heartwarming that matters, it's what the heartwarming signifies. And we mistake the signpost for the thing signified. That's Lewis's whole point. So you've got to read Surprised by Joy, I think, in a very sympathetic attitude. You've got to try to get on his frequency and imagine from within what it would have meant for Lewis to be surrounded by beauty and colour and life. That's the closest he can get to communicating the incommunicable. But a lot of people, as they're talking about religious experiences, mistake the description of the thing for the thing itself. And that's why it's so hard to talk about faith in any really meaningful fashion. Because faith is not just talk. It's life. It's your life, your heart, your soul, your everything. And how can you talk about everything?